Good morning, folks. Happy Monday. Thank you for tuning in to another day of California Winter League baseball. We got an excellent slate of matchups today, including the key matchup this morning between the two red teams, Team China and Team Canada A's. Hi, everybody. I'm Joey Miller. Alongside me, Stephen Buxton. Yesterday, we saw a couple really good pitching matchups, including that of Team China. Both scores resulted in a 2-0 shutout. The Chill taking one over the Bombers and Team China taking one over the Blue Sox. Team China now advances to 8-1 coming into today's contest. They're on an 8-game winning streak, and Canada is on a 5-game winning streak as well. Basically, this matchup is an immovable object versus an unstoppable force. Which domino will fall first and receive their second loss of the season today? We talk about China. Yesterday was the first game of the season that they did not produce a run in the first inning, which was really surprising because this team has been nothing short of consistent. Yesterday was their second shutout, and we didn't see the usual explosive offense we're used to seeing in that narrow 2-0 win over the Blue Sox. As for the A's, on their 5-game winning streak, easily the best offense in the league. They have powerhouse threats like Sam Ruda, Stan King, and Matthew Warren, who have just been lethal to whoever they face on the mound. China has some amazing arms they're set to throw today, so this is going to be a stupendous challenge on both sides.
And Joe, you mentioned that it's an immovable object against a stoppable force, and nothing proves that more than what we're going to see at the bottom of this inning. And it's Canada's offense. They've got a 295 average. That's the top in the Winter League. It's not too far ahead of China's 279, but they are still at that 295 mark, and they're going against what has been basically a Cy Young array of performances from that China pitching staff. They have an ERA under 1.5. They're coming in with an ERA at 1.25 as a team. So there's no way around it other than they have not given up runs at all. This is going to be the toughest task that the A's offense has seen. And on the other side, what we're going to see in the top of the first inning, it's a really good China offense. They're really second or third in the league in just about every category, facing off against the Canada A's pitching staff that they're coming out in with a measly 3 ERA, which, again, it's paled in comparison to China's 1.24, but still, that's the third best mark in the league.
And typically with Team China, we see no more than 2 innings per pitcher. They're going to throw righties, lefties. They're going to face those matchups really well. For Paul Nochi's A's, he's got a few lefties in the lineup today. He's actually got 4, including a switch hitter, a 5th one there. And so it's going to be really interesting to see, like you mentioned, the 2 best offenses in the league so far. China out hitting the A's by 6 hits. However, the A's have scored 10 more runs and 7 more total bases in the first 8 games than China has in their extra 9. As we go through lineups today, we'll run through Team China since they're first due up here. At second base, it'll be Tianwan Hu. In left field, it'll be Wenbin Jing. At catcher, Ning Li in the 3 spot. In center field, Liang Pei. In the DH spot, Jin Yang, followed by third baseman Jinjun Luo. First baseman Yu Yang Li. Shortstop Mingxing Zhang. And right fielder Nan Du. On the mound, who will take the mound first, is Ethan Smith for the Canada A's. We'll tell you a little bit more about him on the other side of a break coming up here. But right now, it's going to be a matchup between the one-loss teams here this morning. And we will take a short break as we await the anthems coming up next here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including one mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back. We're getting ready for first pitch coming up here momentarily. Once again, Joey Miller, Stephen Buxton getting ready for the Canada A's versus Team China. Thanks for tuning in. A beautiful sunny morning here, 71 degrees at first pitch, mostly cloudy. Should get up to just about 80 degrees today, one of the hotter days that we've seen in the California Winter League so far. So that afternoon slate, bring your sunscreen. Actually, already bring your sunscreen. I'm applied. I'm ready to go, even though we got a little bit of covering here in the booth. But on the mound is Ethan Smith, coming into this, his second start, his fourth appearance. 7 total innings pitched between those 3 appearances. And if you'll believe it, only 3 hits allowed and no runs, not even an unearned run in those appearances. 10 strikeouts, so more strikeouts than innings pitched. That's always a good thing to see. And for right now, we're seeing a lot of red. We're seeing Team China in the red tops. Canada A's really have no other choice other than the red tops that they got and the white pants, for most of them at least. Defensive alignment today behind the backstop is Matthew Ward. And then from left to right on your radio dial, it'll be Kevin James at third, Sam Ruda at shortstop, Jorge Colon at second, Stan King at first, and in the outfield, Dane Simon in left, Matthew Warren in center, and Juan Francis in right. Not much of a breeze to speak of today. The heat is starting to wane on us here as we send our way into the February month. A couple days in already, and this is the second Monday as well of the California Winter League season. And for Ethan Smith, he has not really had any appearance over 3 innings pitched. It's been pretty consistently 2 or 3 innings. They're also going to throw Donnie Goods and Alejandro Izquierdo we'll expect to see on the mound at some time today. And for all of his appearances, he's had 2 to 5 strikeouts, really limited his batter's face. He keeps it to a minimum, but he's going to have his tallest task here today against Team China. Tianwan Hu steps up to the plate here to kick things off. Tianwan Hu played the power on Saturday. Went 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a walk, and 2 stolen bases. He's 7 for 25 on the season. The lefty gets ready to kick things off here. Smith fires the first pitch of the game. It's outside on a fastball, and we are underway at 10:02 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Smith behind, 1-0 to Hu. Double leg kick and fires outside, another fastball at 88 for ball 2.
Yeah, and Ethan Smith, again, the Vanderbilt product, has brought that whole SEC pedigree here. It's worked from start to finish. Every time he's been out there, he's got a good fastball that he's trying to establish right now.
There's one right there, and it hits the zone for strike 1 for the first time today. Also out of Lipscomb, I believe his most recent university, after a couple injuries that sidelined him from Tennessee and Vanderbilt, the 2 SEC schools that he played for. He gets another strike called there. Hu has yet to take the bat off his shoulders as he finds himself in a 2-2 count. Here's that pitch. This one fouled off towards the parking lot on the third base side. Count stays 2-2.
But with Smith, he's one of the only guys in the league that's been this productive and is really kind of on that same regimen as Team China's got their pitchers on. He's only out there for 2 or 3 innings every time. They're basically pitcher by committee out here, and for both of them, it's worked.
Next pitch, an off-speed misses outside, and the count runs full.
Yeah, Smith has got a fastball, sinker, slider, and changeup. Looked like a changeup right there, just slipped out of the zone. He was trying to get a good call, but again, it just ran too far off.
So now here's the payoff pitch to Hu. This one fouled into the ground, and Hu stays alive. He'll face his 8th pitch in this at-bat coming up next. Good attendance for a 10 a.m. game. They know the stakes here, or at least a few of them do. These 2 one-loss teams that stand at the top of the standings here. The third-place team right behind the A's is the Chill, who have 3 more losses than these 2 teams. Only 3 winning records to speak of in the California Winter League as of right now. Next pitch, a curveball misses outside, and Smith loses the battle. Team China has a runner aboard. Now, this is dangerous territory here, as in 8 of the 9 games that they have played so far, they have plated a run in the first inning. It's typically these first 2 innings, you don't want to give up a run to Team China because it'll come back to bite you. Up comes Wenbin Xing. Now a righty-on-righty matchup. A quick throw over to first. No tag applied there, as diving in safely is Hu. Wenbin Xing played yesterday against the Blue Sox, went 1 for 3 with a double. Solid 9 for 28 on the season as well. This one plunks him right in the shoulder. Looked like he had some protection there on his front arm, on his left arm. 2 straight free bases here, and a runner in scoring position for Team China.
And it goes without saying that this Chinese team, it's really dangerous to have 2 runners on. You see front runners in this league that get out to a lead, and that's really where they play well. There's no bigger one than China. They've gotten ahead of just about every team so far. They've scored first, and they just don't lose. Again, they're on an 8-game winning streak. They only lost that 1 game against the Blue Sox, the first game of the Winter League season.
And you put that into perspective for where the Blue Sox are now. It's pretty wild to think. There's a bunt laid down perfectly. Smith grabs it and quickly fires to first. Very lucky to get that out as the 2 runners advance on the sacrifice.
And we were talking about this going into the game, that nobody plays small ball better than China. They bunt, they hit and run. You've seen them slash, you've seen them squeeze. They do the double steals, and they haven't done it a ton lately, but we're already in the first inning and they're pulling it out.
1 out now, 2 runners in scoring position. A great chance for the cleanup hitter in Liang Pei, today's center fielder. He'll take the first pitch low for ball 1. Past 2 counts, they have not let the first pitch get to the glove of Ward behind the dish. And finally, Ward has something to speak of as the backstop here. This one lifted in the air to shallow right field. On the edge of the grass is Colon. He'll grab it for out number 2. Big out there.
And back to just some of the small ball that China has played, whether it's the bunts, whether it's hit and runs, whether it's stealing, it puts so much pressure on the defenses here, and you see the experience that Ethan Smith had. It was a really good bunt. He got it down the line, and Smith calmly picked it up, knew he didn't have a play at second or third, and just delivers a strike to first. We've seen a lot of teams just mess up the simple things like that.
Jin Yang, the first pitch he takes a fastball for strike 1. Kind of up and in there. Jin Yang has had success in the World Baseball Classic, but so far, here he's 3 for 14. Next pitch, another fastball beautifully carves the edge of the zone there, and it's an 0-2 count. Smith just 1 strike away from leaving 2 stranded in scoring position. Could be a huge moment here. A boost for the A's to send it into the bottom of the first. No score here to speak of so far. Here's the 0-2, a swing and a miss. Gets him upstairs on a rising fastball at 90. Leaves those 2 aforementioned runners stranded in scoring position, and it's 0-all as we send it to the bottom of the first here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including 1 mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the first, no score here between Team China and the Canada A's. China, for 2 consecutive games, have not scored in the first inning. A complete oddity of what we've been seeing. They picked themselves up back in the second inning yesterday to get that 2-0 win over the Blue Sox. But right now they're facing the best offense in the California Winter League. Here's strike 1 issued by Zhang Wang, the starter on the mound for Team China, to Dane Simon, who's behind 0-1. The lefty on the mound today gets this one on the ground. Simon does on a couple hops to Zhang at shortstop. On to first for out number 1. Dane Simon will be followed by Juan Francis, the lone switch hitter for the Canada A's. Then Kevin James, Sam Ruda, the heavy-hitting lefty in the cleanup spot, followed by Matthew Ward, Matthew Warren. They got both Matthew W's in a row. Stan King to follow him, Jorge Colon, and finishing out the lineup for the A's is Tyler Fogue. Here's a breaking ball that bends into the zone for strike 1 on Juan Francis. Zhang Wang, another guy who has yet to give up a single run, earned or otherwise, as the next pitch misses outside for ball 1 to Francis. Working quickly is Zhang Wang. That's a trend that we saw yesterday in those 2-0 games. Really efficient, and we were out of here pretty quickly. Here's one on the ground towards the first baseman Lee. Gets him off the bag. He flips it to his partner on the mound, who is covering the bag for out number 2. 2 ground outs and 2 outs. A chance to face the minimum here is Wang. Kevin James out of Orange County. We'll see Team China for the first time this season. James takes the first pitch outside on a fastball. And it's a 1-0 count on James, who on Saturday went 1 for 3 with an RBI. A couple walks as well. He's got 4 hits on the season. Here's one popped up in foul territory on the first base side. The first baseman, Lee, has it in his sights, grabs it for out number 3. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Zhang Wang. Only 7 pitches. Gets out of the first. No score here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Was that a 1-1 count on the
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet, discovering our history, experiencing our scenic trails, getting that perfect souvenir. Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
We're through one. A pretty quick first inning. Only 22 pitches total between the two starters, Ethan Smith and Shang Wang. Wang got out of it with 7 and faced the minimum in the bottom of the first. Between the Canada A's and Team China, it'll be Jinjun Luo to kick things off in the second, as only 8 batters have come up to the plate in this scoreless match. Somebody's got to score. Somebody's got to start something as well, as Jinjun Luo fouls one over the bleachers on the first base side for strike 1. Ethan Smith in the first inning threw 15 pitches, almost exactly double from what his counterpart Wang threw to get out of the first. Double leg kick and then fires inside. Look out. Nobody caught that one as it sails to the backstop for ball 1. Smith with that velo there. He's ranging around 88 to 90 today. That's typically where he sits. There's a beautiful curveball that breaks at the knees for strike 2. Luo watches that one go by. It's a 1-2 count on Jinjun Luo. There's an off speed. He fouls one off the end of the bat there. Stays alive at 1-2. Jinjun Luo, only 3 hits on the season so far in his 18 at-bats coming into this one. Had an offer on Saturday against the Power. 1-2, a breaking ball fools him. He was looking fastball there. And there's another strikeout for Ethan Smith, back-to-back between the 2 innings. And Smith has out number 1 here in the top of the second. Yu Yang Lee now steps up. 4 for 25 into this at-bat. Has been more of a defensive threat than an offensive one. He takes the first pitch fastball outside. That fastball kind of has some cut movement to it away from the lefty. China is just waiting for their pitch right now. They're making Smith pitch to them. Smart strategy there as Smith misses even further outside for ball 2.
Yeah, Smith, again, he's got that fastball and the sinker. That one right there looks a little bit more like the sinker. It's not a massive difference, but it does ride away from the lefties, rides into the righties. It can break a lot of bats if it gets it off the end.
Next pitch hits outside. Interesting call there. That was a bit off the plate there, at least from our angle. It's a 2-1 count. Smith takes a breath. And from the full, again, the 2-1. This one fouled off towards the parking lot, third base side. And it's a 2-2 count. Smith doing a good job getting batters into a 2-strike count. And as of the last 2, have been quite efficient. This one fouled back to the screen on that same side. And Lee stays alive.
And this is what getting that outside call to a talented pitcher like Smith gets you. That ball's right off the plate, but there was no chance that Yang was even going to consider not going for it, so he could keep moving that zone further and further.
2-2, misses just below the zone. And there's ball 3. Count now full. Lee has 8 strikeouts coming into this at-bat, one of the top league leaders in strikeouts. Trying to avoid another one. as this one misses outside for ball 4. Second walk of the day for Ethan Smith, and he's aboard here with 1 out.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get that fastball in the outer corner, just had it go a little bit too far to get the call. Again, he had, right behind the plate, he had Ward set up outside to try and frame it, but it was probably about 2 or 3 inches just too far to even consider getting a called strike there.
Now here's Mingjin Zhang. 7 for 24 on the year. I can say year because we're still in February. There's strike 1. I assume this is the first baseball of the year that Team China has played as they get ready to play some more baseball when the California Winter League season ends in Tucson. It'll be the qualifiers for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Team China looking to get their practice in here against these pro free agents as Smith goes and checks on Yu Yang Lee and sits on this 0-1 count, making Zhang a little bit more anticipatory of this next pitch. Obviously, this is the first time through the lineup. This is the first time Team China has seen Ethan Smith, one of the better pitchers in the California Winter League. As now here's the 0-1. It hits for strike 2 on another fastball. And what I like about Ethan Smith's performance so far is that he's not trying to throw his other stuff right now. He's just trying to locate that fastball. Obviously, he's already got 2 walks. But so far, he's been trying his best to face the minimum, which he has yet to do. He could do here on a double play as the next pitch is fouled off. The count stays 0-2. Just over the press box here at Palm Springs Stadium. Smith looks on to his battery mate Ward for a sign. Ward gives one to him, finds one he likes from the stretch now. There's the 0-2 as the runner goes up to his feet. Already was Ward with an excellent throw down, gets him. Caught stealing there for out number 2. The pitch also misses high for ball 1. And now Ethan Smith has a chance to face the minimum with the bases clear.
Yeah, perfect throw behind the plate by Ward against a team that, again, steals pretty efficiently in China.
There's strike 3. 2 Ks sandwich a caught stealing. And Ethan Smith faces the minimum. Still no score to speak of here between the A's and Team China as we head into the bottom of the second here on the California Winter League's YouTube channel.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Back here in action, bottom of the second. Canada will try and get something up on the board here. It's been zeros all across the book. Ethan Smith faces the minimum. Zhang Wang faces the minimum in his first inning of appearance. Heading into his second, he'll have a big challenge here Leading off the bottom of the second is Sam Ruda, one of the best hitters in the California Winter League. He leads the league in average hits, RBIs, and doubles. 11 for 21, an impressive 524 heading into this at-bat. He gets a breaking ball there for strike one that he watches go by from Zhang Wang. Wang only gave out 7 pitches. That's all he needed to get out of the first, as there's strike two on Sam Ruda. A lefty-on-lefty matchup. Ruda, as always, sporting the bright yellow cleats in contrast to the red uniform. Warm colors in this warm ball game as he fouls one off to the third base side over the net. Still 0-2 on Sam Ruda. 2 for 3 on Saturday against the Alberta Grizzly with an RBI. Again, fouls it off to the same side. And we're still here at this 0-2 stalemate. Working in the pen right now for the Canada A's is Donnie Goods, as we expected, who will eventually come in to relieve Ethan Smith. But Ethan Smith has kept the line clear here. Here's an 0-2 that's buried in the dirt away from the lefty Ruda. And the first ball of this at-bat comes in place here.
Yeah, and right there, it just looks like Wang's been pounding the zone with fastballs against Ruda. He's had him late a couple times, just tries to bury a curveball to get a swing and miss, just pulled it though.
The 1-2 is hit high in the air to shallow shortstop. Under it is Zhang. He'll grab it for out number 1. Big out to get there by Wang. And that brings up Matthew Ward. 4 for 12 on the season, and of those 4 hits that he has on the season, 3 of them are extra base hits. He can get around those bases if he can put bat on ball. He's got 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 2 stolen bases. He's quick with it. First pitch misses high. Getting to pop up is the backstop Lee. And it's a 1-0 count on Matthew Ward. Now the 1-0. Fastball in the zone for strike 1. And I think very similarly to Team China, the Canada A's have been waiting on their pitch. Typically watching that first strike come by before they get the green light to find something and try and poke it somewhere, as he does there to left field, backing up a couple steps, drop stepping and catching it in a kind of a difficult angle there was Zing in left field for out number 2. 2 outs now, 5 straight retired for Zhang Wang. That brings up Matthew Warren, the other Matthew W. Another big talent in center field. Early standout here in the California Winter League. First pitch to this Matthew W. misses high again for ball 1. And now the 1-0. Misses somewhere for ball 2. A new ball in replacement for Zhang Wang. Already more pitches thrown this inning than the first. Now the 2-0. That one finds the zone on a fastball. And it's strike 1. A pretty pitch there. Wang starting to work his way back. The 2-1 is fouled back to the screen, and now Wang just 1 strike away from facing the minimum again. Warren 5 for 14 on the season. Leads the league in walks. He has 10 walks. As he takes ball 3, he has a chance to get his 11th here on the next pitch. Only 3 base runners in this ball game so far. We're in the bottom of the second, no score. all of those base runners on Team China. There's strike 3. A curveball beautifully breaks on the outside corner to the lefty. The first strikeout of the day for Zhang Wang. And it's still 0-0 as we head to the third here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection, and an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
We are through 2, and both of these red-hot, red-jerseyed offenses have been pretty cold through those first 2. Only 3 base runners to speak of, all on Team China's accord, and all on free bases as well. No hits in this contest. Top of the third, and it brings up Nandu, the 9 spot for Team China. Ethan Smith, 3 strikeouts to speak of in 32 pitches in the first 2 innings. He misses outside with a fastball for ball 1.
Yeah, and are we really surprised that this game has started like it's Ethan Smith against Wang Zhang, and neither of the two have really seen a ton of batters. They've been held on relatively low leash or small leashes. They've only gone a couple innings at a time, but it's 2 of the best teams. We're starting out with offenses just trying to figure it out.
Nandu takes a strike, and now the 1-1. This one softly hit up the middle to Ruda, who ranges over and cannot glove it cleanly, as safely aboard for the leadoff man is Nandu. I believe that should be an error. That was softly hit. And he is aboard for Team China with nobody out.
Yeah, first error of the game, and there's nothing really special about that. Sam Ruda did everything right. He jogged over to the ball, went down for it. It looked like he just pulled the glove a little bit too quickly, and it just booted right off the edge of his webbing. He was trying to get up and make a quick throw to get Nandu, who runs pretty well down the line.
So back to the top of the lineup in Tianwan Hu. First pitch gets Ward to pop up quickly for ball 1. Obviously, you have to keep an eye on Team China. They're quick around the base paths. Another 1-0 count for Ethan Smith. Tianwan Hu was patient, one of the biggest battles of the day so far for Ethan Smith. He ended up walking him, as there's ball 2.
And we've already seen China try and run on Ward behind the plate. He had a fastball up. It was almost basically a pitch out, a perfect spot to get up and fire, and he delivered a perfect throw.
Settling in now is Smith. There goes bluffing towards second. Pitch misses outside for ball 3. Yeah, only 1 stolen base to speak of on the season for Nandu. But if he can get into scoring position in any way possible, that's going to be ideal for Team China. Right now in double play depth are the middle infielders Ruda and Cologne. The 3-0 misses high, and another walk issued to Tianwan Hu. The third walk of the day for Ethan Smith, and the first two batters are aboard. And that brings up Wenbin Xing. Another free base to speak of last time up. Plunked him in the shoulder on the first pitch. There will be a meeting on the mound. The infielders come in to talk about how they want to approach Wenbin Xing. No hits on the board so far. That one error that led things off.
And we already saw Donnie Goods warming up in the A's bullpen. There's nobody moving around down there right now, but you'd think if Ethan Smith gets into trouble, whether it's this inning or next inning, and let's say he allows a run and he's in even more trouble, you'd think it wouldn't take too long for Goods to get up, get warm again, and then be ready.
The A's are ready to get back into action here. No score in the top of the third. Corner infielders crashing, expecting a bunt here. There's the bunt attempt. He does not pull back as the pitch gets by him for strike one. So I think that's what the meeting on the mound was for, knowing that Team China really shows their hand of what they can do. Wenbin Xing, an 0-1 count now. He shows bunt early and tries to lay one down. The breaking ball misses below the bat, and it's strike two. Unless he's very bold, I don't think he'll go for the bunt attempt here.
That's a great pitch by Smith, though. You know he's bunting, and you bury a breaking ball in the dirt. That's just in the zone long enough for him to hold the bat in and not be able to pull away for the ball.
The 0-2 swung on and missed. A nice rising fastball. A great count pitch there for Ethan Smith. Gets him down on 3 strikeouts, his 4th strikeout of the day. Just a smart series of pitches for Ethan Smith. He saw the bunt. He saw it early. He knew to go breaking ball, so even if he did get contact, it would have been popped up or something. And then on an 0-2 count, got him to chase the fastball high. First pitch misses outside for ball 1 to Ning Lee. Now with 1 out and still those 2 runners on at first and second. Ning Lee got a bunt down his first time on. A sacrifice. Moved 2 runners into scoring position in the first. They couldn't score him there. The next pitch misses low for ball 2. And again, falling behind in a count is Ethan Smith. Non-due at second. Got aboard with an E6. Tianwan Hu behind him at first. The 2-0. This one fouled up and out as he tried to get him there with a rising fastball, much like that last punch-out. But gets a strike on Ning Lee. Not one of the better hitters in the lineup, but they've been throwing things around and they've been mixing it up. They've been giving opportunities to even some of the weaker contact hitters anywhere in the lineup. They can play around with things right now as they get ready for the qualifiers. The next pitch misses outside for ball 3, and now it's a hitter's count to Ning Lee.
And yeah, China's the only team that can play with those margins, and it's all because of what they've done on the mound. When you basically don't allow runs, you can do whatever you want with their offense.
The 3-1 fouled back, and it's a full count on Ning Lee.
And it sounds too simple to be true, and it sounds like I'm boiling it down way too much, but that's basically how it is right now.
An excellent matchup here of the 2 most talented rosters that we've seen so far in the California Winter League. Smith now with the full count. Misses outside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded with 1 out for Liang Pei. This is a huge opportunity that Team China, when they can take advantage of it, really don't give other teams any sort of chance later in the game, knowing how amazing their pitching staff is, how amazing their bullpen can be, shutting down offenses, even the best.
And here's how good the A's offense has been. Jed Downham is not playing today in what is the biggest game of the year.
So far, Liang Pei takes a pitch, a breaking ball that misses in the dirt, a nice block there by Ward, and it's ball one.
Jed Downham's coming into the game hitting 400.
With the Canada A's, he's also played with a couple other teams as well, and has done well in those programs as well. This one hit in the air towards right field. Playable for Francis. He'll make the grab. Coming in to score is Nandu. The throw is to third and gets him out. Tianwan Hu gets out number 3. I don't believe the run scores. It does not. So it's still scoreless heading into the bottom of the third here on the California Winter League YouTube channel. Bottom of the third, an excellent 9-5 put out by Juan Francis on a really great throw. Prevents the run from scoring on what would have been a sacrifice fly from Liang Pei. Leaves 2 stranded for Team China with their best opportunity. It was bases loaded, 1 out, and it really looked like China was going to put across the first run of the game, but we're still scoreless after 2.5. And the first pitching change of the day comes for Team China, as expected. You give them about 2 innings of leniency, and then you take them out. You really want to go back and forth days, give all of these pitchers, all of these amazing relief pitchers for Team China enough time to get themselves ready for the qualifiers next month. It's Haizheng Wu, who, much like his starter, has not allowed a single run. He did, earned run, I should say. He did allow an unearned run against the Bombers on the 29th of January. But other than that, has absolutely shoved in 7 2/3 innings. This is his 5th appearance. He started one of those games. The righty gets Stan King to swing and miss for strike 1 here in the bottom of the third. Bottom 3 due up for the Canada A's. Trying to make an impact here. This one hit in the air softly to left field. Coming in on it is Zing. He cannot make the play. The ball falls for a double. And a leadoff double for Stan King is the first hit of this ball game.
And this is where we're going to see what these teams are made of. This is the best that each one has to offer. The China pitching staff, the A's batting lineup. China's coming into the game, and really the best statistical comparison you can give them is 1968 Bob Gibson. We're at a 1.12 ERA. They're coming up with a 1.24. They strike out a few more guys, but again, it's just that sheer run prevention. There's no really other comp you can give them.
So Hai-Zheng Wu trying not to be phased from now a runner on the first one of the game for the Canada A's. The first pitch misses outside for ball one to Jorge Colon. And right now, the Canada A's can get the ball rolling here. There's the bunt shown. He pulls back on the fastball that misses outside for ball two.
And what they're facing off against in this A's lineup is essentially, again, from just an on-base plus slugging percentage standpoint, they're exactly spot on with 2024 Jarren Duran, and he got a ton of MVP votes this season.
Next pitch misses inside on a fastball for ball three. Jorge Colon has not had a hit in his past 4 games played, but he'll take his way aboard any way he can right now, as the first 6 of the game were retired. And now with the A's facing a new pitcher, there's strike one. And it's a hitter's count on Jorge Colon. He'll have the green light here. Tyler Fogue in the on-deck circle, the last guy of either of these lineups to have had a plate appearance today so far. The 3-1. Hits for strike two on an off-speed there, a beautiful one that sails in at 68 miles per hour. Fastball typically reaching around 79 to 80 off of Hai-Zheng Wu. It's a full count and nobody out. The runner at second. The payoff pitch is hit into right field, and that'll be caught by the right fielder, Du, who quickly gets it in and almost overshoots his cutoff there. Trying to get Stan King to say at second, and he does. Out number 1 recorded as Tyler Fogue steps up to the plate, the DH spot today.
We've already seen a couple runners thrown out in this game, so Stan King just taking what he's got. He's already in scoring position, not trying to test the arm of Du out there in right field.
Tyler Fogue, 4 for 17 coming into this plate appearance. A righty on lefty matchup. The first pitch to him misses high on an off speed for ball one. Good amount of distance right now between the right fielder and the center fielder for Team China. If he can shoot one out to the gap. The 1-0 hits low and away there on another off speed. Had some breaking movement as well. It's a 1-1 count now. No score here in the bottom of the third. The Canada A's have gotten the first hit of the game. That hit, Stan King stands on second. The next pitch misses high for ball two.
And Joe, you've mentioned just the sheer versatility and depth of this China pitching staff and roster in general, and it's what makes it so difficult. You don't see an arm twice usually. They've come from left and right. They have all different speeds, and
he plunks him there. Behind 2-1, Hai-Zheng Wu gets Tyler Fogue to first. And now 2 runners aboard. The first free base given up by Team China today.
But they've got all kinds of different arsenals. We've seen pitches as low as the low 60s all the way up to Alan Jane Carter pumping 95, sitting 94 at times. And they come at you from every single angle possible.
Yeah, Alan Jane Carter looked electric yesterday in that 2-0 shutout. Another pitch hits Dane Simon in the leg. Back-to-back pitches get free bases aboard now. Bases loaded for Hai-Zheng Wu, and quickly having to come out to the mound. I believe that's the pitching coach for Team China, He'll have a word with Hai Zhang.
Yeah, and right now, again, it's just trying, whether it's kind of a shock to the system or something to get your mind off of what's happening right now, just get something else going on in the mind of Hai-Zhang Wu. He's been fantastic all year. Right now, it's just a couple pitches that look like a couple off-speeds slipping out of the hand. Maybe it's the release point. Maybe it's just where his front foot is landing. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But they've got a really dangerous hitter here in Juan Francis, and they need to know exactly how they're going to attack him with bases loaded and just one out.
Francis now batting from the left side today, the switch hitter. Quickly working in the pen for Team China is a lefty, with a few lefties due up soon. This one hit into left field, coming over towards the line of Zing. It'll fall foul. Just out of reach there for an 0-1 count now to Juan Francis.
And the dangerous thing isn't exactly the fact that Juan Francis is up, but Dane Simon on first, he can absolutely fly. So anything in the gap will most likely clear the bases.
He can fly, that's for sure. And with this big outfield here, he can utilize it. The Canada A's have certainly done that this season. Now the 0-1 count misses outside, and it's ball one on Juan Francis. We were talking about the run production, the sheer run production of the Canada A's. They're second in the league right now, 57 in their first 8 games. Next pitch misses outside for ball 2, and they're only second to the Palm Springs Chill, who have run up the score on a few games against the Power and the Grizzly, I recall. There was one game on the backfield that got to over 20 runs. There's actually a game also happening on the backfield now. There's a strike called on a 2-2 count. Juan Francis needs to stay sharp to prevent the momentum from going back in the hands of the guy on the mound here. Bases loaded, 1 out. No score in this ballgame. He gets this one into the ground to the right side. Who fires to second? That's the only out recorded as the first run of the ballgame comes across, and it's 1-0 Canada A's. Fielder's choice, going 4-6. Gets an RBI there. And now there are runners at the corners, with now 2 outs. Kevin James has a chance to keep things rolling here as there's strike 1 called. Ended the first inning on a foul ball that was caught by the first baseman Lee, who currently holds on Juan Francis. Next pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. Hai-Zhang Wu just trying to get out of this inning, while only allowing the first run of the game, as well as the first hit. This one on the ground towards the third baseman, Luo. He fires across the diamond and gets out number 3. The Canada A's have struck first here, and after 3, it's 1-0 over Team China here on the California Winter League YouTube channel. We're back here. After 3, the Canada A's have just taken the lead over Team China. Joey Miller, Stephen Buxton here. We're getting set to see how China responds after getting the bases loaded. And a fielder's choice by Juan Francis scored the leadoff double in Stan King, which is still the sole hit of today's game. Jin Yang steps up to the plate to lead off the 4th inning against a new pitcher, Donnie Goods, who gets him swinging and missing on a fastball high. Ahead 0-1, Donnie Goods replaces Ethan Smith, who had an excellent first 3 innings of this ball game. The next pitch misses low for ball 1. Ethan Smith, as I said, going 3 innings, no hits, no runs, 4 walks and 4 Ks in 50 pitches in those first 3 innings. And now lefty on the mound to face this lefty here. This one slapped down the left field line, goes foul. Jin Yang now with a 1-2 count. Jin Yang has gotten a hit off of Shohei Ohtani. We'll see if he can get one here off of Donnie Goods. No hits to speak of for Team China today. This one hit again into left field, in play. Dane Simon is under it for out number 1. Jinjun Luo next up. One of the 4 strikeout victims of Ethan Smith. Donnie Goods just trying to hold the line here. Goods, this is his fourth appearance, 2nd out of the pen. First pitch hits inside, cutting into the righty, Jinjun Luo. And finds himself ahead of the count. Goods now. Back into the windup, the 0-1. There's strike 2. Really attacking the strike zone now. Goods coming off of one of his lesser performances in the California Winter League season. Gave up 4 runs all earned. There's strike 3, rung him up. And shaking his head as he heads back to the dugout, Jinjun Luo, 3 pitches and a backwards K. His 2nd strikeout of the day as well, as that brings up Yu Yang Lee.
And this is exactly what Donnie Goods looked like through his first couple appearances. He played against the Bombers and the Grizzly in his first 2 outings. 6 innings, just 1 earned run.
Obviously a different pedigree that he faces here with Team China, as the first pitch is called strike 1 on Yu Yang Lee.
But his last time out against the Power, it was his worst outing. It was 2 innings, allowed 4 runs, all of them earned. He just couldn't find his fastball at times.
This one hit on a rope into right field. That'll get down. A base hit as it sends it to the wall. Juan Francis giving chase. Rounding second is Lee. He heads to third. The throw in is not in time, and that's a 2-out triple for Team China, their first hit of the day.
That's a great job by Lee. Took a fastball down and in and pulled it all the way to the line. There was nothing you can do there on the A's side other than just sprint and try and make sure you don't allow a first baseman in Lee who runs pretty well to even try and go home. There was a second there where you were thinking he might take the chance.
So Mingjin Zhang has a chance to knot it up here. They're behind 1-0 to the Canada A's. The first pitch, an off-speed hits for strike 1, a late call there by the home plate umpire. Mingjin Zhang was the final out. He watched a third pitch strike to end the top of the second from Ethan Smith. He fouls this one back and just shy of the press box to our right. 0-2 now the count. 2 outs here with the runner at third. Goods sets at the belt. Now the 0-2. Quick pitch misses low for ball 1. Tried to surprise him there and get him to swing at something quick. But if he can't hit the zone, Team China will lay off. Goods again. Now the 1-2. This one fouled back. He was on it on that 88-mile-per-hour fastball. Runner at third after the first two retired in a row. Donnie Goods trying to show off his goods here. Takes his time, and now the 1-2 again. This one hit up the middle, gets through. A base hit and an RBI for Mingjing Zhang. Team China has tied up the ball game at 1 apiece here in the top of the fourth. Just one strike away from getting out of the inning and getting the shutdown. Donnie Goods gives up the first run of the ball game for Team China.
And there's no way around that other than a great job at hitting by Zhang. He gets a curveball that was just hung by Goods and doesn't do too much with it. Just sends it right up the middle, gets his 90 feet, and more importantly, he gets the 90 feet for Yu Yang Lee.
Lee, who stands at first, the first pitch misses in the dirt for ball 1 to Nandu. Led off the third inning with an E6. Came around to third, but did not score on a fantastic putout by Juan Francis. He gets one in the ground up to Sam Ruda, who bobbles it a couple times and steps on the bag. Gets the lead runner out for out number 3. It is 1-1, folks, in this excellent matchup we have here for you. Bottom of the fourth due up. Let's see how the A's respond here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are two teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
This matchup has gotten a little exciting after the first 5 half innings of no score ball against two of the best offenses in the California Winter League. Some action finally here. Heading into the bottom of the fourth, it's 1-1. Team China responds immediately and now looks to get the shutdown inning themselves. Hai-Zhang Wu back on the mound in the bottom of the fourth. He'll face Sam Ruda to lead things off, who takes strike 1. Back-to-back hits. A triple on 2 outs from Yu Yang Lee. And cashed in with an RBI single up the middle by Mingjin Zhang. The next pitch taken low for ball 1.
But where would you rather be if you're the A's? You allow that 1 run, but right now you're in the heart of your lineup. It's Sam Ruda, Matthew Ward, and they're 3 of the 5 best hitters on this team right now.
This one hit in the air down the left field line, heading towards the foul pole. Gets foul. Had the distance there. 351. Would have just maybe barely cleared the fence had that been straightened out. Good launch angle there as well.
And that's what Sam Ruda's done all year long. It's just the fact that every single ball he's hit, it seems like he's barreled up.
For Team China, they have rarely had many innings that go over 20 pitches. There's a pitch outside for ball 2 to Sam Ruda. And last inning for Hai-Zheng Wu was the first of this ball game that Team China has gotten over 20 pitches. 21 to be exact, as the next pitch is hit down the first base line. Still a 2-2 count on Sam Ruda, who flew out to the shortstop to lead things off in the bottom of the second. This is likely going to be Hai-Zheng Wu's final inning, as it's traditionally 2 innings a pitcher. There's strike 3, getting him to swing and miss at a fastball outside to the lefty. He walks back to the dugout, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th.
And that might be the biggest pitch of the day for China. The A's trying to start a rally, trying to pull ahead. Wu Hai-Zheng, just the 4th guy to strike out Sam Ruda this season.
And the second strikeout of the day as well. The first one on Wu's account. He misses outside for ball 1 to Matthew Ward. Popped out to left field. First 6 of this game were retired in order before the Canada A's figured it out on the relief pitcher Wu, who gets another strike, or rather gets strike 1 on Matthew Ward. Now a 1-1 count. This one on the ground, foul, down the third baseline. Picked up by Canada A's manager Paul Nochi, who we talked to this morning about the 5-game winning streak that the Canada A's had coming into this game, facing off against the team with an 8-game winning streak. Who will fall first? 2 hits for Team China, 1 hit for the Canada A's, who have 1 out here, bases clear, and a 1-2 count. This one fouled back to the screen by Ward. He stays alive. These guys have been keeping pace with each other on both the pitching and offensive side. Everybody in around normal playing depth. The next pitch misses low for ball 2. An even count on Matthew Ward, the catcher. 2-2. Just off the plate, and it's a 3-2 count. A great count here for Matthew Ward. He's been working him. He says, pitch to me. Give me something that I can hit. It doesn't matter if it's a breaking ball, an off speed. You got to hit the zone with this guy. There's a breaking ball. It hits the zone just at the knees, froze him up. And a backwards K, back-to-back Ks to lead off the bottom of the 4th. And a chance to get the shutdown inning with Matthew Warren coming to the plate. He ended the second inning with a backwards K. The first pitch misses outside for ball 1. And for Wu, he's just really taking his time with these guys. He doesn't get phased on those 3-pitch counts. Next pitch misses outside for ball 2. He's given up 2 free bases, but both on hit-by pitches back-to-back consecutively.
You mentioned taking his time, but for what's been a relatively inefficient outing, a lot of deep counts, he works really quickly.
2-0 hits. Looked like had some break there. Came in at 82. It certainly did, a 10-inch vertical break. It's a 2-1 count on Matthew Warren.
Wu's one of a handful of Chinese pitchers where it's pretty close to just get the ball, get the sign, and deliver.
Next pitch misses high for ball 3. Another 3-ball count back-to-back. Back-to-back, both also on people with the name Matthew W. This one, the 3-1, hit in the air to right field, heading back to the wall. It's gone! The second player for the Canada A's has sent one over the fence, and it's a 2-1 ball game for the Canada A's with a home run on 2 outs. He just drove a pitch that was hung in the zone at 82. That one 385 feet sent onto the turf field there.
Matthew Warren, he's been one of the hardest players to get out. He's got 10 walks on the season. Hasn't had a ton of extra base hits. He's had a double and a triple, but that one right there, he got all of it.
And here's Stan King, who sends this one to right field on the first pitch. Can't get it, is due. Heading to second, slides in safely. That's his second double of the day. Stan King have himself a day following the momentum of that home run. Things starting to push their way back in the Canada A's favor.
And it's back-to-back pitches just hung by Wu. First on Matthew Warren. He had been seeing fastballs away. He had been seeing a lot of breaking balls in. He gets a fastball right over the heart of the plate, and he got all of it. Well over the wall, and it was well over 100 off the bat. Stan King right there, though. He gets a curveball, and that's right down the middle of the plate. It's 73 right over the heart of it. And he just got it inside the line off a great effort in right field, though, by Nan.
So Jorge Colon steps up with 2 outs, takes the first pitch outside for ball 1, flew out to right field his first time up. Back-to-back hits off of Hai Zhang Wu. We'll try and finish out this inning for Team China. A half swing, no, says the first base umpire as the ball misses outside. And it's a 2-0 count on Jorge Colon. Trying to see if they can continue this rally on 2. A spark of life here as the past 3 half frames have resulted in at least 1 run coming across the plate. There's strike 1 on an off speed there. Wu focusing on just collecting himself and trying to get out of this inning, with the Canada A's now up by 1. There's strike 2 on another off-speed. Jorge Colon doesn't like those pitches. And after back-to-back off-speeds, you'd expect he's going to be sitting fastball. Perhaps something away to get him to chase here. Runner at second. There's the pitch away. It's off the end. It gets away. It's a strikeout. The throw down to first is in time. So a strikeout ends the inning. 3 strikeouts on the inning for Hai Zhang Wu, but the Canada A's take the lead on a solo home run from Matthew Warren. It's 2-1 after 4 here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good things come in 3s, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
The Canada A's now with the lead 2-1 over Team China. A solo home run from Matthew Ward. And we're here in the top of the 5th. Donnie Goods back on the mound now with the lead. The pitcher of record as it stands now, he misses inside for ball 1 to the leadoff man, Tianwan Hu. The next pitch hit in the air down the right field line, gets out for strike 1. And the first part of this game, oh, actually this might be a replacement here. It looks to be Jiaji Chen to replace Tianwan Hu. There's strike 2 on Chen. Yes, batting from the right side, so that would make sense. Chen, one of the better hitters for Team China. This one hit in the air to right field. Snagged by Francis for out number 1. Now Wenbin Xing steps up to the plate here. It's to get back to my point here. The beginning of this game was all about who's going to score off of these two pitchers. And now it's all about who can get the first 0 on the board since the top of the 3rd. 1 run has come across the plate for the past 3 half innings. There's strike 1 on Wenbin Xing, who struck out back in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He also got hit by the pitch back in the top of the 1st. This one hit up the middle. That's a clean hit into center field. He's aboard with a 1-out single. Good piece of hitting there. And brings up Ning Lee.
Yeah, we just started the last inning saying that after giving up the tying run, the A's are right where they wanted to be. They were in the heart of their lineup, and right now China in the exact same spot. They had a good hitter in Jiaji Chen. He got out, but right now it's the number 2, 3, and 4 batters due up.
First pitch to Lee misses low for ball 1. One of the more lean guys on Team China. He can just kind of slap it somewhere. Uses a lot of that forearm power as he gets strike 1 called. A 1-1 count on Ning Lee, who has yet to record an official plate appearance today. He got a sac bunt back in the 1st and a walk in the 3rd. Throw over pickoff move there by Donnie Goods to check in on Xing. No good. Lee looks on to the lefty. First time he sees him today. Another pickoff move to first. A bit closer this time, but still safe is Xing. It's likely that we're going to see Haizeng Wu leave the game after 2 innings pitched. Over 20 pitches in each inning, and he's given up a run in each of them. Next pitch fouled back to the top of the screen. It's a 1-2 count on Ning Lee.
And for Ning Lee, he's just trying to move the line right now, just trying to find some way to get on base. He hasn't done a ton offensively. He's hitting 188 coming into today, but he has the walk, and he's trying to get it to Liang Pei, who on the season has 5 RBIs, and none would be bigger than here.
There's a 1-2 swing and a miss. Ning Lee goes down with a strikeout. Donnie Goods gets his 2nd K of the day, and the 2nd out as well, with the runner still at first for Liang Pei. 0 for 2 on the day so far. Flew out to second base and right field. He's been hitting it to the right side, the righty. Now faces a lefty today for the first time. First pitch is in there. He watches it go by for strike 1. 2-1, Canada A's over Team China. The two at the top of the leaderboard in the standings. Next pitch misses inside Kind of moves Liang Pei off the plate for a 1-1 count.
Pei, uncharacteristically, through 2 at-bats, he's seen a total of 4 pitches. 0 for 2 so far. He's only got 3 strikeouts on the year. Not too much of a free
Oh, a
swing.
pickoff move, and he had him going. He sends this one into left field. Stan King does. And safe at second, getting out of that pickle, is Wenbin Xing. So give them an E3 there on that one. That advances a runner into scoring position on 2 outs for Team China. Them's the breaks there. Coming set is Donnie Goods, just trying to collect the pace here. The 1-1. Hits on a fastball, and it's a 1-2 count. 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning without allowing a run for the first time in 3 half innings. Trying to keep that lead intact. Donnie Goods looks back at second and now fires the 1-2. This one on the ground towards shortstop. Sam Ruda fields it on a backhand onto first cleanly for out number 3. The shutdown inning is finally recorded, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. Canada A's on top of Team China 2-1 here at Palm Springs Stadium on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Bottom of the 5th, the first shutdown inning of the game goes to Donnie Goods in his 2nd inning of work to keep the Canada A's 2-1 lead intact. New pitcher on the mound. I'll tell you more about him in just a second as the first pitch curveball breaks in for strike 1 on Tyler Fogue. Got hit by the pitch earlier today in his only plate appearance. He's down 0-1 to Huadong Kai Rang. There's another breaking ball, fools him, and it's an 0-2 count. Huadong Kai Rang, that I will be referring to as Roger Rang for the rest of this inning. If you were here for the previous broadcast, you'd know I have some history with this guy. The 0-2, fastball misses out for ball 1, tried to get him to chase there. There's also been a defensive change. Tianwan Hu comes out of the game for Jiaji Chen, who took his place in the lineup in the top of the 5th. He's at third base. Luo goes over to second base. This one's hit towards Chen in foul grounds. He can't make the catch. And it's still 1-2. Roger Reng trying to hold the line here for Team China. Behind by 1. And they haven't let these kind of leads phase them. I'd say for most other teams, momentum is probably the most important thing in general in this league. Even if it's a one-run lead, it can feel like 1,000, especially against the Canada A's, who got themselves a home run from Matthew Warren back in the previous frame. Roger Reng, the 1-2. Misses outside. Looked to be a change-up there. And it's a 2-2 count on Tyler Fogue, the DH, in the 9 spot. The 2-2, buried in the dirt. Does go around on the check swing, and that's a strikeout. Roger rang him up for out number 1.
And with Roger Reng, it's just a question of which Roger Reng are you getting? We've seen him look awesome. He's had a couple great appearances, but he's one of the few China pitchers that you'll see with what looks like a really bad stat line. He's coming in with an ERA in the 7s, but that's all off of one game against the Grizzly where he gave up 4 earned runs.
Well, he's going to allow those runs as the first pitch is popped in the air in foul ground. Lee is under it. For out number 2, there's somebody in the crowd saying, drop it, drop it. Lee looks over with a smile as he snags it for out number 2. Having some fun here. It's baseball. Once you lose the fun, that's when you really should lose yourself in the game. You should really hang it up once you start to feel like that initial fun of playing baseball is over. But that's a personal feeling. The FF2 gets 2 outs. And now Juan Francis from the right side. The switch takes strike 1. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He has the lone RBI, he has one of the 2 RBIs for the Canada A's. He got the first run of the game. Back in the bottom of the 3rd, he hits this one on the ground to Luo, who fires to first. A 1-2-3 inning for Roger Reng. And we're through 5 here. Team China holds the line on their 1-run deficit to the Canada A's. We send it to the 6th here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Everyone knows good things come in 3s, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
We're finished with 5 in the biggest matchup of the California Winter League season, the most anticipated matchup of this season. The 8-1 Team China is behind 2-1 to the 7-1 Canada A's. Trying to see who gets loss number 2 and who carries on their winning streak and sees another day of 1-loss baseball. The first pitch misses low for ball 1 to Jin Yang. who's 0 for 2 coming into this at-bat. First 0 on the board for Team China in 2 innings, issued by a 9-pitch inning from Roger Rang. This one served in over the head of Sam Ruda into left field. A leadoff single kicks things off here for Jin Yang.
And we've mentioned that, again, the strength of this game is the other half inning where you're seeing that Chinese pitching staff against that A's batting lineup. It's no real scoff at these guys out here, the Chinese lineup against the A's pitching staff. But so far, the A's have been holding it together. They've been doing their job. Again, with the lead, just 4 hits. China doesn't slug the ball a ton, but what they've done so well.
As Luo tries to lay down a bunt, he does get it in front of the plate. Picked up by Ward onto first. A sacrifice advances Jin Yang into scoring position.
And that's what they've done so well. They've moved runners over. They've been able to get sacrifices, play small ball. And the even bigger thing is they string together hits when they need it.
One of their 4 hits of the day so far was probably their biggest hit of the day. Yu Yang Lee, who steps up to the plate, got himself a triple down the right field line, came around to score on the subsequent RBI single from the guy in the on-deck circle. He takes ball 1. Yu Yang Lee, 1 for 1 on the day with a walk, has gotten aboard safely twice. Faces Donnie Goods. For now, his 3rd inning of work. Fouls one back into the screen. It's a 1-1 count on Yu Yang Lee.
And it's such a fascinating matchup because we're watching really 2 opposite approaches. The A's are basically the only team in the league that can legitimately say that they do slug their way to wins. In China, it's just selfless at-bats, a meticulous approach, and they do it so well.
There's a strike called. Sends it to the lower edge of that zone there on the lefty-to-lefty matchup. It's a 1-2 count. 1 out here. Clouds starting to cover the sun a little bit, so these outfielders should have some good vision on whatever might be sent their way. They're all playing a little bit in on this lefty. Ooh, a protective swing. Goes around there, and there's strike 3. And I think looking at the umpire right now is Yu Yang Lee about potentially hitting off of somewhere. He's a bit confused right now. The umpires will convene, as that might have hit him on the hand. I think they're trying to determine if it hit off of something. But even if it did hit him, the bat did go around.
Yeah, it does sound, though, like I think I heard the Chinese bench yelling out foul ball. They're trying to get that to be the call. And
I think they might have succeeded in that effort. As staying at the plate is Yu Yang Lee.
Yeah, you see the home plate umpire coming back. He flashed up the count at 1-2, so looked like it just got enough of that handle to keep him alive.
Again, he was really just trying to protect himself there as that cut in on the 89-mile-per-hour fastball by Donnie Goods. Jin Yang still at second base. It's 2-1 Canada A's. The tying run is in scoring position for Team China. Next pitch hits outside edge, outside corner there. And there's the strikeout regardless on the subsequent pitch by Donnie Goods. His 3rd strikeout of the day. And his 2nd backwards K as well. Back-to-back outs recorded for Donnie Goods. A chance to get another big 0 here for Mingjing Zhang. Goods looks back at Jin Yang at second, fires a ball 1 low on an 81-mile-per-hour off speed.
And with Goods on that last pitch on the strikeout, that's exactly how you take advantage of a bad miss. It was 89 up and in, so far in that it was, again, Yu Yang had to get out of the way of that pitch.
Next pitch misses outside for ball 2.
And then the very next one, he hits a fastball 89 right on the black and gets the call. For Yu Yang, it looks like that ball's so far away after being crowded in on that fastball up and in.
Goods collects himself and now fires the 2-0. This one fouled back to the screen. It was a bit outside there. He tried to put his stick out there. It's a 2-1 count to Mingjing Zhang, who's 1 for 2, has been responsible for the lone run. And Team China has played it today. He's trying to be responsible for the second one now. This one's fouled back and over the press box for strike 2. 1 strike away from getting another huge 0 on the board for Donnie Goods, who is currently the pitcher of record for the Canada A's. 2-1, his Canada A's lead the 8-1 Team China. He shakes off a few signs here from Matthew Ward. Time is now called from the delay here by Zhang. The shortstop steps into the box again, standing tall with the bat on his shoulders. And now crouching down, anticipates the 2-2. This one sent on the ground softly towards Sam Ruda. Fires forward for out number 3. Leaves the runner in scoring position, and the score remains the same heading into the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-1 Canada A's here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Another big 0 put up by Donnie Goods. He's through 3 innings and has kept it at 16 or less pitches through all 3 of those innings. Still the pitcher of record with the lead intact. For the Canada A's, it's 2-1 over Team China. And back into his 2nd inning of work is Roger Rang on the mound. He had a 9-pitch 5th inning, faced the minimum with a strikeout. He faces Kevin James for the first time. 0 for 2 coming into this at-bat. The first pitch hits with the changeup there for strike 1.
And for China, if they can put up this 0, it's going to be a tall task for them. They've got Alejandro Izquierdo staring right down the barrel. He's in the bullpen right now warming up.
A beautiful breaking ball finds the zone. It's an 0-2 count now on Kevin James. And no, not Kings of Queens, Kevin James, the king of Orange County. Setting up away is Lee. The 0-2. A strike that was beautiful there, just outside the zone for ball 1. Nice 85-mile-per-hour pitch there. The straightest 4-seam that you'll see out of most of these pitchers. When he can locate it, he's excellent. The 1-2, this one hit down the right field line and foul on another dead set 4-seam. Still 1-2 on Kevin James. Everything's been off the bat of Kevin James so far. Leadoff man here in the bottom of the 6th. Canada A's trying to get some insurance runs. Roger Rang, the 1-2. This one hit softly on the air on the first base side in foul ground. Caught by Lee for out number 1. Here comes Sam Ruda, the heaviest hitter in this lineup, who's gone 0 for 2 on the day so far with a strikeout. 5 strikeouts total across the board for the 3 pitchers, Zheng Wang, Hai-Zeng Wu, and now Roger Rang. With this lefty-on-lefty matchup, fires in a breaking ball in there for strike 1.
Rang, it looks like the fastball is playing up a little bit today. It's been sitting 86, 87 on the day.
When he's feeling good, he can hit lower 90s as he misses outside for ball 1. Sam Ruda has worked a 2-strike count for his first 2 at-bats, and he's had a couple battles. Both at-bats, 6 or more pitches. Right now, he's set to face his 3rd off of Roger Rang, who fires an off-speed that breaks but doesn't break enough. And it's outside for ball 2. Rang does not like the signs immediately given by his backstop Lee. He finds when he does. Now the 2-1. Another breaking ball misses below the knees for ball 3. And now at risk at giving up a base runner, and a big one at that to Sam Ruda, who gets aboard quite often. It'll be a hitter's count. Collects at the stomach, and now the 3-1. Below the knees again on the fastball. Sam Ruda is aboard, and that breaks the streak of 5 in a row. Up comes Matthew Ward, who's also 0 for 2 coming into this at-bat. The first walk of the day issued by Team China. First pitch to Ward. Hits right over the plate for strike 1.
And this is the part of the lineup you don't want to mess around with. You know that between Ruda and Ward, they're a combined 0 for 4 on the day. But that doesn't mean anything. They're still 2 of the best hitters in the league. And it's a testament to China today, the fact that they've even pulled that off so far.
There's another fastball that he laid off of a little bit at 84. It still hit the plate, though. It's an 0-2 count. 1 out and a runner at first. Conservative lead at first as well from Ruda. The next pitch, similar spot, but misses for ball 1. Matthew Ward, one of the newer guys to have received an offer for the Frontier League with the Quebec Capitals, who just completed a three-peat and won the past 3 championships in a row. This one off the end of the bat, right back into the glove of Roger Rang, onto his second baseman. The throw wide to first gets the lead runner for out number 2. And the inning will continue with Matthew Warren, who hit a nuke over the right field wall his last time up. Big matchup here, the lefty on lefty. Roger fires the first pitch well inside and misses Warren for ball 1. Two to 1 A's with a runner at second and 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. A big swing and a miss fools him. Had some great movement cutting away from the lefty Warren. 1 for 2 with a backwards K that ended the second inning. But already a big day for Warren. Lee sets up outside, but the pitch misses in on a fastball at 85. It's a 2-1 count on Warren. Matthew Ward at first on the fielder's choice. The 2-1 misses just low, a breaking ball, and it's a 3-1 count. 3 appearances today for Matthew Warren. All 3 of them have come to a 3-ball count. Here's the 3-1, a check swing, down to third. He does go around, and it's a full count now. A lucky break there for Roger Rang. As the count runs full, 1 strike away from getting another 0 on the board. The 3-2, a swing and a miss. Roger rang him up. Out number 3, and another 0 on the board. No score through the past 2 innings. The Canada A's still with the 2-1 lead as we send it to the 7th here on the California Winter League YouTube channel.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
We're into the 7th, and Team China is just 3 outs away from potentially falling to their 2nd loss of the season, snapping their 8-game winning streak. And the man who stands in the way of that, coming in for the save opportunity, is Alejandro Izquierdo, who retires Donnie Good's 3-pitch middle relief day. He was excellent. 4 hits allowed. Only 1 run came across on his account on the 1 mistake that he gave up, back-to-back hits in the 4th for Team China's only run of the contest. 43 pitches as well, no walks and 3 strikeouts. That completes Donnie Good's line. No score through the past 2 innings after 3 straight half innings in the middle part of this contest that have led up to this 2-1 ball game. The Canada A's trying to close out win number 8 as the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. And I think, yes, that is still non-due in the 9 spot here, who kicks off the 7th inning. The 1-0 count from Izquierdo is swung on top of and missed. It's a 1-1 count on Nandu, who's 0 for 0 on the day. He got aboard with an error and also ended the inning back in the 4th with a fielder's choice. A breaking ball breaks a bit too much. Outside misses for ball 2.
But Joey, tell me where you've heard this before. We're in the middle of a pitching clinic. Again, really the only mistake was that home run to Matthew Warren between the two teams. And we've got our 4th pitcher of the day coming in with an ERA coming in at 0.
Fouled back to the screen. Nandu stays in there. It's a 2-2 count on Alejandro Izquierdo coming into his 6th appearance, all from the pen. Seven innings pitched, only 4 hits allowed in those 7 innings prior. Next pitch misses high and away, a check swing. They check down to third, no. And it's a ball 3 on Nandu. China trying to start some late life. They have not scored since their lone run in the 4th. The 3-2. This one hit in the air to center field. Matthew Warren ranges over a couple steps to his left and grabs it for out number 1. Brings back the top of the lineup in Jiaji Chen, his 2nd at-bat of the day, coming in to replace Tianwan Hu back in the 5th. Flew out to right field, his first time. He faces a new arm, this righty-on-righty matchup. There's a swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove, as a matter of fact, and it's strike 1 on Jiaji Chen, one of the better average hitters for Team China. Jiaji Chen takes strike 2, and now an 0-2 count for Alejandro Izquierdo. Jiaji Chen coming into this at-bat 10 for 25. Now the 0-2. A half swing. Does he go around? Yes, he does. A strikeout puts away Jiaji Chen, and now just 1 out away from snapping this winning streak, this immaculate winning streak. And the man who stands in for Team China to try and prevent that is Wenbin Xing.
And this is exactly why Alejandro Izquierdo is out there. He's basically became the A's de facto closer. It feels like every time he's out there, it's the late innings, and it's the poise, the stuff he's got.
He shows bunt there, but takes it for strike 1 as he pulls back. Interesting method here. They really trust that bunt there. It's 2 outs and an 0-1 count to Xing. This one into left field. That'll fall. A 2-out single for Wenbin Xing. And now it's just a matter of who wants to be the last out of this ball game. I presume nobody does for Team China. Ning Lee steps aboard here. Now 0 for 1. A sacrifice and a walk as well. He struck out back in the 5th off of Donnie Goods. The tying run now at first for Team China. Izquierdo collects at the helmet. And now fires in there for strike 1. Looked to be a fastball there, in there at 82.
I'm a little bit surprised that they're letting Ning Lee take this at-bat. They've got on their bench, China has 3 or 4 of their top hitters yet to enter the game.
Got to put him into these clutch situations here. The next pitch misses away for ball 1. You just have to trust whatever your coach puts out there. And to have your trust in a player who has not been doing well average-wise can be a real confidence booster despite what happens here. Next pitch misses up and away, and it's ball 2. 2-1 A's, just 1 out away from securing their 8th win and becoming the lone first-place holder in the California Winter League. Next pitch misses low for ball 3. Alejandro Izquierdo retired the first 2 in order. It's going to be a hitter's count as Izquierdo comes set to deliver from the stretch. Throw over to first to check on Jing. He slides back safely. The anticipation of this moment only increasing. Everybody on the edge of their seats now. A deep breath from Izquierdo. Looks up and down, and now fires the 3-1. This one off the bat and into the screen for strike two. The count runs full. And this is really the dream scenario right now. Full count, 2 outs, the last inning of regulation. The last hope for Team China to continue their win streak. Ning Li looks on to Alejandro Izquierdo. The pitch misses high for ball 4. The inning continues with runners at first and second, the go-ahead at first, the tying run in scoring position. It sends up Liang Pei, who is hitless on the day so far. But in that 4 spot, they trust him with this next big moment for Izquierdo.
What an at-bat by Ning. I mean, Izquierdo threw the kitchen sink at him, and even what a game so far. He hasn't had a hit, but he's got on twice. He had the sacrificed bunt in the first.
This one on the ground down the third base side. And it's a 1-strike count on Liang Pei.
With Ning, even though he's been, again, struggling with the bat, he's done all he can today to help China.
Wenbin Xing gets a good lead at second. Here's the 0-1. Hits for strike 2. Did not like that call. Liang Pei turns his head in protest. And again, now 1 strike away from closing the book to see who reached the top of the mountain in the standings. Izquierdo quickly turns and throws to second, slowly getting back to second safely is Xing. Colon not really covering the bag that intently. He'll stay closer up the middle. A big gap now between Colon and King on the Oppo side. Could send one through to the right side if he can get one. But it's still an 0-2 count on Liang Pei. The pitch misses outside for ball 1. Knees shaking. Eyes locked in on number 4 on the mound. The 1-2. This one hit in the air. This could do it. Colon settles under it and grabs it for out number 3. There goes the streak for Team China as they fall to 8-2. The Canada A's now on top with an 8-1 record as they get the 2-1 victory. And Team China goes down for the first time since opening day. Absolutely phenomenal performance, pitching all around. And we'll keep it here for a brief postgame here. Joey Miller, Stephen Buxton, your first reaction now that Team China has finally found its kryptonite.
So it's not exactly what I thought we would see. I thought the offenses would come through a little bit more, but it's no shock that, again, 2 of the best pitching staffs, and especially with China coming in with an ERA under 1.5, they both came out, they both delivered. I mean, a 2-1 game, it's exactly what you get there. They did their jobs, and we had a little bit of everything, a couple errors here and there. We had some drama on the bases, a home run by Matthew Warren. And again, nothing's better than when you're in the final inning and you've got what's, again, the A's de facto closer out there in Izquierdo, and he's looking for the save. And it was great from start to finish. It was entertaining. it was dominant performances on the mound. We can't really speak enough on that. But really, it's what could be a Winter League championship preview.
So Donnie Goods gets his second win of the season. Izquierdo gets the save. I believe the loss goes to
Hai-Jang
Wu. And for Hai-Jang Wu, that is his first decision. He's now 0 for 1 on the season. Amazing game here, folks. Only 8 hits. And for Team China, they left 9 on. The A's left 4. And Team China finally falls to somebody. It's the Canada A's who advanced their win streak to 6. They are now 8-1 on the season. And when we come back in just a few minutes here, it'll be the next matchup, the afternoon slate game. Stephen Buxton will take you through that one. It will be the Alberta Grizzly versus the Washington Blue Sox. We'll tell you more about that when we come back in about 20 minutes. And until then, thank you so much for tuning in. But now it's time for us to tune out.